Well, in this video I'm going to test the power output and harmonics, or in what quantity this micro PA50 plus amp can add to the original signal, in this case from a CEU G106 that I reviewed yesterday, in respect also to power level and harmonics, which is legal and is quite good. It's not the best one, but it fits and passes easily the compliance limits for FCC and Europe. So, but one different thing, as it's a QRP radio, many people will and low cost, many people will attach it to a amp like this one. They are very popular in the hand amateur area, so, and they are quite good. I didn't have any problem. For me, work it perfect, but I don't know the cleanness. So we are speaking about 50 watts output. So you don't want send harmonics to other bands. For example, in this case, I will test mostly in, well, I will test in the medium band, 20 meters, 14.250 megahertz. So if someone have interest in other bands, just let me know, but I don't want to make a very long video. For me it's not easy, but if you have the curiosity, just leave the comment and I will check the band that interests you and respond you in the comments what power output is. If I have a few claims, requests, maybe I make a second video longer, but I think it's reasonable. Just use the 20 meters. I'm going to measure I'm going to make the test with a attached antenna tuner, 8100M Pro, which also is quite popular and also for me is quite good, or very good. I didn't have any problem with any of them, or heating, unreliability. Just was they were working properly in any aspect that I asked. So one thing to take in account, this antenna tuner, it's 100 watts, but in SSB, in FT8 or CW, it's 50 watts, which match the power output of the micro PA50. So I'm going to transmit with the power in the middle, middle setting, in the G106, because in the maximum power it gives 6.3 watts, which would overload the micro PA50 plus. So I will run in the middle power, that is 3.6 watts, and it's under the 4 watts limits input of the micro PA50. This is not the latest model. There is a version 3 or something like that. Also is nor is the first one. It's the second version, I think, and it's in auto sensing. But it's in auto sensing, or maybe I have the jack, because I have the D19 device. So, and also I have here a computer for FTH, but that is other thing. But it's a quite nice setup. This is not the standard mic. I use an adapter that I made and I sell in eBay, or I was selling in eBay. It's an adapter that I make to can use any mic. So the standard is this one, and doesn't make any difference. So what you see here is what you will probably see. I don't think the antenna tuner also will affect many, but also probably you will use an antenna tuner as well. So even I use a wire and half-wave feed antenna. Is a it's a good brand, UK antennas. But we are sending the 50 watts to the instrument. So the instrument that I'm going to use and the setup is this Rod & Schwartz CRTU RU. Is a universal protocol tester, and it has built-in spectrum analyzer, generator and power meter, and also a frequency counter, as it has a oven control oscillator, and also it has connected a GPS DO, so the readings that it makes in frequency are quite reliable. So, and in quality and readings, even if it's an all-in-one, they are very reliable, the measurements. I have more specific device, frequency counter, very high spec, a very reliable HP power meter with the sensors, attenuators and all that, and also a spectrum analyzer, 8595E. All of them are quite reliable, and they are lab grade equipment, and this one is giving the same reading, so maybe some decimals off respect to the most specific equipment, but it's good enough for this. The input power of this instrument is 50 watts in the input 1, still, and obviously it's in the limit of, and would be damaged probably if I don't use external attenuation. The external attenuation that I'm using is a 50 watt 60 dB DC to 4 GHz attenuator, inline attenuator, and the cable is LMR 240, I think, 6 GHz rated. It's cheap one, is from AliExpress. Probably it's a cheap version, probably the connectors are not proper ones, but you know, doesn't matter many for only 14 megahertz. Also there is a DC block that we will have some losses, but I didn't include them in the compensation. The compensation is here. The reading that we will have already the attenuator in account and will be corrected straight away. Because I'm recording with the phone and it's a little difficult do things with two hands, I'm going to use max hold feature. So after take the measurements, I will be able to go left and right with the marker. The spectrum analyzer is good in measurements, but it has not the features and options that a specific one has, like this one, but still is enough to will fine. So I'm a little cold, so sorry if I make some noise of flu or whatever. So I will transmit in CW. I have a keyer there, and I'm going to transmit in 20 meters. So as you see, it's 35.1. It means is 3.6 watts without having the amp in bypass, so it's not powering. I already tuned before, so I should have very good SWR. So they fit in one. Obviously the attenuator gives you very good impedance matching, so it's almost perfect 50 ohms as is normal. And now I'm going to put the amp on. I should have still good 50 ohms matching, so I'm going to key, and now we should see if there is any spurious. There we have a little bit. Before see the watts, I'm going to key here. I will see the output power 34 is telling. Still very good SWR. So it's not giving the 50 watts because the input is 3.6. And we're going to see we got 45 dB, and that small spurious that I even won't measure. That doesn't make sense. That one is probably the second harmonic, also is a stupid thing, check it. So we can say it's very clean, the amp, so it's not adding anything that you need to be worried. This is 40 dB down, and it's not even clear that is from, probably is, but nothing to be worried about. I'm going to change the page to Oh, someone called to the wall. Well, I'm here again. So, someone called to the door for a parcel. So, I'm going to measure the power in the most specific tool is the power analyzer. It has two different wideband and nearband frequency dependent power meter. So I'm going to use first this one. Is the frequency dependent, and you see the stability in the frequency is very good, is perfect under 1 Hz. So, and it's giving 45. We can say 45 to round. It means that is 31 watts, 31 dot something, 31.2 something like that watts. So we can round to 30 watts. We also have this tool that is time dependent. So we will see if leaving keying for a while the power low. We will see. It's very flat, nothing. It's not losing power and there is no spikes. It's just very clean. And now we're going to measure the how I say here the power meter with wider broadband, and it will include any harmonic in the power. Oh, but maybe I should. I don't know why it's not working, to be honest. I don't know why it's not reading. It's way. Something wrong here. Well, doesn't matter. We've seen already what's happened with 3.6 watts of input, but we are not getting the 50 watts. So I need 4 watts to get the 50, but I won't get them with this radio, probably because if I move to higher power, I will overload the amp. So I'm going to use the G90 that has more fine output power. So I'm going to change the band. I'm going to put the same 250. That's it. What we are listening is the oscillator of this one. So I need sweep. Oh no, sorry. No. In the actual setup I cannot test the 50 watts. Well, I'm going to turn off the. I'm going to put the 6 watts. Doesn't like me that. Probably will show overload. We will see. The proper thing should be disconnect the things and connect the G90, but I don't want to do it. So what do we see if we input 6 watts? Well, first I'm going to check online the specs, what protection has, just to be sure. Alright. Well, after check the specifications, effectively the maximum input power of the PA50 is 5 watts, but in the specs also says the limit is 7 watts. If I input 6 watts, setting the CAU at high power, it's just instead the power to 57 watts and jump the protection. So, but still the 6 watts is into the safe, maybe not the proper one, but it's relatively safe, 6 watts. So shouldn't break because that. So what I did is lower the input voltage of the PA50, so the power also is not depending only from the input power of the radio in the RF input, but also from the voltage, so you can regulate the external output with the voltage as well. So what I did, it was lower from 13.8 volts to 12.6, and it's giving me 45 watts approximately. So enough close to the maximum power, that is 50, to see if there is any added spurious or harmonics. So I'm going to key now, and we will see if we have anything new. And we don't. It's even a little cleaner. So it's 46.4 dBm. To be honest, I cannot do the calculus mentally now, but I think it's like, yes, 45, 44, and I'm going to key the power meter with of the amp or A2 Whittle. Oh, it's more. Well, yes, 45. There is 2 watts of difference between the readings, and there is a very minimal difference in SWR, so that corresponds to that. So, well, is the fan is stable, is well protected, is auto sensing. This has the last firmware, so it helps to work with the PA50 in the ALC issue that originally these radios had. So a good blast just at the beginning, and could give any problem. I didn't have any problem, never, but you know, I only use it for FTD8 with the computer that is there. These ones also have a computer there, but this is a block and it's independent. So yeah, it's very clean. You can buy this, no problem. It's really nice. I would buy or test the PA50 100, the PA100, that is the new model, and I would to use it for G90 because it doesn't make many sense pass from 20 to 50 watts, but from 20 to 200 would be nice have it for the G90, but just I cannot afford more. I cannot spend more money in this. I already did a lot. So well, I hope that this was helpful for you, and I would recommend this setup. For the money, I think is close to not anything else in this range of price that can compete with this, from the antenna tuner, the amp and the G90, so G106. Is the weaker point of this setup would be the original mic speaker. This is not the best one. You can use one Bluetooth one instead this one, but yeah, this is a very nice setup. I use more than the G90, so I don't know, it's simply I love it. Thank you.